Hello and welcome to my Sunday From. Today we have a read, and I'm just going to go over it with you because it has been an eventful weekend and also a very awakening weekend. I think that we should all take a good look-see at what is going on and see what we can do, not only in our community but within ourselves to kind of curtail some of these areas of problems that we have in um, locally, actually. So, Grand Blanc Township, Michigan, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, September 28th, 2025, which was today. Thomas Jacob Sanford, a 40-year-old, took his pickup truck full of explosives to a church and rammed the building. He got out the vehicle and opened fire on the parishioners. The police responded promptly, and shortly after the rampage begun, they neutralized the attacker. Two were injured by gunfire, and because the church had gone up in flames due to the successful detonation of the three explosives devices later found in the back of the shooter's truck, two were pulled from the rubble and others injured. Injuries have been reported. He was a veteran, served Iraqi freedom mid-fight. He was also from Michigan himself and callously left behind an orphan with hyperinsulinism, which is caused by the paternal defunct gene. Thus, he'd taken off work as he drove a truck for Coca-Cola at the time, and at some point during one of the hospitalizations of said only child, he started a GoFundMe to pay for the visits and also the surgeries, which will be continual due to rarity and severity and nature of his disease. So to recap, Thomas Jacob Sanford, a 40-year-old Iraqi freedom veteran who joined mid-fight, he was from Michigan. He drove his pickup truck into Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints Church in Michigan. And once he rammed the building, he got out the truck, and opened fire upon the churchgoers. Two people were struck, and his vehicle detonated. He had a truck full of explosives and they detonated. So the whole church went up in flames after, while this was going on. And the police actually ended up having a shootout with him at the same point in time, in the same time frame. Once they responded, they began, returning fire, and he eventually was deceased. But two more died and suffered in the fire. They were pulled from the rubble, so they're assumed dead from the fire. And there were other people injured too. And so I was reading, and they kind of martyred him, kind of pointing out that he had this orphan, and that his life was kind of honorable, that he was served in the forces and the armed forces, and that he actually took off of time of work to take care of his child who is continually on the mend. But actually, no, he left behind an orphan who was in impoverished conditions, that they, as a father with another person, his spouse, they both, the mother and the father, could not afford his care. So he left behind that child to basically fend for himself with HI. And this is a rare congenital disease that is caused by the paternal defunct gene passed down, inherited from the father. And he actually did drive a truck for Coca-Cola, and he took off work just to take care of that kid. But at the same point in time, he's going to have ongoing surgeries, and always in the hospital, and always, only having that one parent, because these financial needs of the hospitalization are so great. He only has that one parent now, and he only has that one parent to deal with this lifelong disease, illness. And I think that's very selfish. Now, Tuesday, Hurricane Imelda will be veering away. It's going to be steering away from the U.S. on Tuesday. It is currently a tropical storm affecting the Bahamas, just east of Florida, headed straight toward Bermuda by Thursday as a hurricane. So it's going to affect Bermuda as a hurricane. So Bermuda is going to brace for a hurricane on Thursday. Career India, September 27th, 2025. There was a crowd crush. Vijay, the president of Tamil Nadu, over 60,000 people attended a rally in which Vijay was to speak. Lack of water and amenities unraveled the crowd. They began to become sick. Some in deteriorating condition waited for their president to speak. The crowd surged as he began to speak. And soon, the crowd crush proved deadly. The incident is under investigation, with children among the victims. The permit also under microscope, as it reads 10,000 on that permit. Knowing Vijay normally draws a crowd at least twice that size on any given day. Over 100 more plus were injured and 40 are left dead. September 27th, 2025. In Southport, North Carolina. The bar's name is American Fish Company, just so you guys know. A boater opened fire in the night, targeting patrons at a bar. This bar was an outdoor bar. He fled the scene with the Coast Guard on his tail. He was soon under arrest. An author by the name of Nigel Max Edge, an Iraqi veteran who joined forces mid-fight. He even wrote a book about his cowardice with complaints about being wounded in a war. No way. How did that happen? I guess we are actually not cut from the same cloth. My cloth ain't named stupid. Again, his name is Nigel Max Edge, an author of a book about his military experience in the Marines as a sniper. He's from New York. He is 40 years old and lived in North Carolina at the time of the shooting. 3 are dead and 5 injured as Edge, a former Marine sniper with PTSD, awaits his court hearing tomorrow. His charges are 3 murder, 3 attempted murder, and 3 assault with deadly weapon, the gun. And again, in Kickapoo, Lucky Eagle Casino, Eagle Pass, Texas, September 28, 2025, early this morning, Kerrion Jones opened fire in a casino. Several were injured, 2 left dead. He fled to Wilson County where he was arrested. He is sitting in jail awaiting extradition in Stockdale. His charges include 2 murder, 5 aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. 5 were airlifted, 1 died en route to the hospital. The community of Maverick County was shook, and they closed the casino to recuperate. This man meant business when he opened fire, causing chaos. With many in wheelchairs and unable to flee to safety, he actually is a former National Guard, and his getaway vehicle was a Nissan, even dodging bullets while Texas law enforcement officers responded, successfully arresting the shooter. Kerrion Jones, 34 years old, and like I said, he is sitting in jail awaiting extradition. So right now we have Hurricane Imelda. So write that down, Hurricane Imelda. the Bahamas, Bermuda, Cuban waters right now, under alert, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia as well. So stay vigil and definitely stay away from the water until the storm clears. Prepare, be ready, and stay safe, guys. I want you all to just be aware of the situation and ready yourselves, prepare for anything. This is still hurricane season. We are at the peak. And so I want you guys to know these storms have been major. This is the first normal hurricane. So we don't know yet how big it's going to get. It has not reached its full strength yet at all. It hasn't even gotten max hurricane. So, yeah, I want you guys to be safe and also rest in peace to all the victims aforementioned in these stories, these unfortunate circumstances. And thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. My son, different.